Every topic about the Balkans becomes political. It's no wonder that politics is involved in the language dilemma. Balkan nations believe that language is part of the ethnic identity. Things become very heated when Balkan languages are discussed. This isn't limited to Serbian. Many Bulgarians deny the existence of Macedonian language. They claim that Macedonian is dialect of Bulgarian language. Macedonians reject this idea and say that their language is Macedonian. Now back to Serbian. Serbian is South Slavic language spoken by ethnic Serbs and citizens of Serbia. In 2009, it was estimated that 12 million people worldwide speak Serbian. Serbian is not an endangered language according to UNESCO. Serbian is official language in Serbia and co-official in Bosnia and Montenegro. Serbian is recognized as minority language in Croatia, Hungary, Slovakia, Czech Republic, North Macedonia, and Romania. Serbian is considered one of the hardest languages to learn. Very few foreigners can speak Serbian without making grammatical errors. I would recommend learning Serbian only if you want to test your abilities. The only foreigner I met who spoke flawless Serbian was a Japanese girl. To make matters more complicated, Serbian is digraphic language. This means that Serbian uses both Cyrillic and Latin scripts. How many people in Serbia use Cyrillic and how many use Latin script? According to one 2014 survey, 47% use Latin, 36% use Cyrillic, and 17% have no preferences. Many Serbs, including me, believe that Cyrillic is truly Serbian script reformed by Vuk Karadžić. I see Latin script as Yugoslav legacy that was forced upon us. In Yugoslavia, main languages were Serbo-Croatian, Slovenian, and Macedonian. Serbo-Croatian has 4 standardized versions: Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin. These 4 languages are completely intelligible. Differences are like between British English and American English. I can read whole book in Croatian without consulting dictionary. This is where political issues explode. Is it one language or 4? If we all speak the same language, how should it be called? Serbo-Croatian, Croato-Serbian, Bosnian-Croatian Serbian, or Bosnian-Croatian Montenegrin Serbian? The simplest thing is to let everyone call their language however they want. Serbian public was enraged when some Bosnian criminals were arrested in Serbia and demanded interpreter. Serbs saw this as total waste of resources and time, but interpreter was found. The idea is that one cannot have independent state without their own language. This is the reason why Montenegrins and Bosnian Muslims insist that their languages are separate from Serbian and Croatian. The language is used like a tool in this fight. In the 1990s, Croats tried to make their language more different from Serbian. They actively invented new words, and some were pretty ridiculous. Serbs often joke about Croatian new words. Despite all the efforts, the 4 languages remain similar. The 4 nations live on too small territory, and it is impossible to keep language purity. Words are spreading over borders thanks to films, TV series, travelers, songs. Slovenian and Macedonian are quite different from Serbian. I need subtitles when I watch movies from Slovenia or Macedonia. How come Serbian, Croatian, Bosnian, and Montenegrin are so similar? All standard versions were based on Shtokavian dialect. Shtokavian is prestige dialect of Serbo-Croatian and basis for the 4 standard languages. Serbo-Croatian has 3 dialects based on the form of the interrogative pronoun what. They are Shtokavian, Kajkavian, and Čakavian. Što, Kaj, and Ča all mean what. People in some regions speak Kajkavian and Čakavian. Kajkavian and Čakavian are very different from standard Shtokavian. Would I call my language Shtokavian? No, because Shtokavian is a linguistic term. Of course, things have to be more complicated. There are 3 pronunciations of Shtokavian. They are Ekavian, Ikavian, and Ijekavian. Serbs in Serbia use Ekavian, but Serbs living outside Serbia often use Ijekavian. What are the differences? It depends on the pronunciation of Proto-Slavic vowel yat. I will give you examples the same word in Ekavian, Ikavian, and Ijekavian. Mleko, mliko, mlijeko, dete, dite, dijete, vreme, vrime, vrijeme, lep, lip, lijep. The Ikavian is less used today than before because it is not part of standard language. Ijekavian is mainly used in Croatia, Bosnia, and Montenegro. Ekavian is dominant in Serbia, but one can find people using Ijekavian. I don't think anyone uses Ikavian in Serbia. How similar is Serbian to other Slavic languages, like Polish? There are some similarities confirming that they are all Slavic languages. For example, all Slavic languages use the word zima for winter. I can understand the general meaning of the text in Polish, but I wouldn't be able to read books in Polish. Due to different pronunciations, spoken Polish is even less intelligible. Language is like a living creature, always changing. Serbian language evolved over centuries like all other languages. Serbian language accepted many loan words from other languages. Most words came from Greek, Turkish, German, French, and English. They are all non-Slavic languages. Greeks and Serbs share Orthodox Christianity and history. Many religious and scientific terms came to Serbian from Greek language. Serbs were under Turkish rule for over 400 years. Many Turkish words entered Serbian language. In the 19th century, Serb children were sent to schools in Germany, Austria, and France. They brought back many German and French words. English influence on Serbian is newest. It happened mostly in recent decades. This is a result of internet, English language movies, and songs. Most students in Serbia learn 2 foreign languages. The first foreign language is always English. The second foreign language can be French, German, or Russian. Young Serbs twisted English words. Example, stage is Serbian misspelling of the English word stage and has the same meaning. Instead of saying pozornica or bina, young Serbs say stage. Loan words came from other languages as well. Italian salute ciao became ciao in Serbian. Serbian word ajdaja, winged snake mythological creature, originated from Persian language through Turkish. Serbian language has a huge number of words. English word door can be translated as vrata, dveri, ulaz, kapija, porta, haustor. English word balcony can be translated as terasa, balkon, veranda, lodja, doksat. Even Serbs don't know all Serbian words. I used the word andrak and my friends didn't know the meaning. Andrak is one of the names for devil. Serbian expression koji je to andrak translates as what the hell is that? On the other hand, I didn't know the meaning of the word pembavo. Pembavo means pink, but the word rose for pink is much more dominant. Now young Serbs tend to use the word pink instead of rose. This means that words pembavo and rose might disappear. Serbian language went through other changes as well. The word yerbo, English because, was shortened to yer. In the past, word yerbo was used in newspapers, books, and academic papers. Today, using yerbo is a sign of bad education. Serbs used to use aorist a lot. Aorist is type of past tense and very archaic sounding. Examples: bejah, sedoh, sretoh, videh. Today, Serbs usually use simple past tense. What are the common mistakes foreigners make when speaking Serbian? Serbian grammar is very hard. Serbian language uses 7 grammatical cases. Foreigners usually use the wrong case. Certain letters change when words are coined. Male Serb is called Srbin, and foreigners assume that female Serb is called Srpkinja. But female Serb is called Srpkinja with P because B transformed to P under certain circumstances. Serb nouns have genders, and one has to remember gender of all words. Serbian has 3 genders, male, female and neuter. Neuter is called srednji rod, English middle gender. Word ending in letters E and O have neuter gender. Foreigners often use female gender instead of neuter, which sounds rather funny. Foreigners often cannot pronounce Serbian words. Ljiljana Smailović is famous Serb journalist. American and British journalists call her Liliana because they cannot say Ljiljana. People who already speak some Slavic language can have problem with learning Serbian. False friends are shared words that have different meanings. The word stan means apartment in Serbian and tent in Czech. This could cause huge misunderstanding for someone who wants to buy stan. Plus, grammar can be very different between Slavic languages. When learning Serbian, foreigner cannot rely on their previous knowledge. One has to start from the very beginning. Another thing to watch out is Šatrovački. Šatrovački is slang used in some parts of Belgrade. It's like secret local language. Words are formed by replacing the syllable order. The new word has the same meaning like the old word. Tebra is one of such words that entered mainstream Serbian. Tebra is altered version of brate, which means bro. Šatrovački is often used by teens and crime gangs. They speak whole sentences using Šatrovački. Recently there was a very funny situation with Interpol. Interpol was monitoring one group from the Balkans but couldn't understand what they were saying. Interpol asked Slavic language experts for help and got nothing. Then Interpol asked Serbia for help and we solved their problem within minutes because the language was Šatrovački. Should one learn Šatrovački? There is no real need to learn Šatrovački. One can lead normal life in Belgrade without ever using Šatrovački. Another thing to watch out are accents. Serbian is spoken with a dozen different accents. Accent depends on the region someone comes from. One will often hear about Belgrade accent. Many say that people from Belgrade talk more quickly than people from other regions. Many people who move to Belgrade try to lose their original accents. But many also keep their original accents on purpose. When visiting Belgrade, one will hear many different accents. What is my advice? If you are learning Serbian because your spouse is Serb, then you should adopt accent of your spouse's hometown. Your spouse's family will appreciate your effort. But if you are learning Serbian because of your job or out of boredom, I recommend adopting accent that's easiest for you. Is Serbian a beautiful language? I cannot really say because Serbian is my language. Serbian is part of who I am, part of my heart and soul. I think the most beautiful world language is Spanish, with French close behind. I like English because it was really easy for me to learn to speak it. Learning English grammar is a piece of cake compared to Serbian. Some foreigners say that Serbian is an extremely ugly language. The ugliest language for me is German. German speakers sound threatening when they declare love to someone. Learning Serbian can be challenging, frustrating, and rewarding. In the end, every individual should decide for themselves if they want to learn Serbian. But I can tell you one thing. If I ever get arrested in Bosnia, I am asking for interpreter.